an intro of the program. So welcome to it, Lib Future TV here on Kia Radio 95.9. It's 7 o'clock in Monrovia.
Take me back to Libera, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
Lib Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.
Hello, Jefferson. How are you?
Yes, Miss Gibson, I'm good. I'm okay as well. How are you?
Good. How was the day?
Well, by the grace of God, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome day at work today.
No, that's good. Lavetta, how are you?
Okay.
That's good. That's good. Joseph,
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm okay.
that's good. That's good. Hello to the Liberian people today. I hope you had a good day. It's 7 o'clock where you are. I hope the day was good. I hope you had a very active, productive day. Thank you for joining us on LIB Future TV. Lavetta, do we have any news?
I'm not.
Trending news?
I'm not.
Lavetta, can you hear us? Oh, looks like her internet is down a little bit.
Yeah.
Wanted to hear the news for today. I know it was a busy news day, Jefferson.
Yeah, certainly. To speak to that,
Mm-hmm.
today it was another protest at the Ministry of Transport. As you may be aware, the this whole saga between the Ministry of Transport and the Libera Traffic Management Incorporated. So lately yesterday evening, there
Mm-hmm.
was there was an announcement that was put out by the Ministry of Transport that, well, all those who had done their registration should proceed to the National Transit Authority, the NTA, to receive their documents. And then, following that, beginning today, all transport related materials or services, that is vehicles registration, driver's licenses, and what have you, will now be done by the Liberia Traffic Management. And so, uh, while there was protest on yesterday, today again there was another protest, and employees and of course, taxpayers, Liberians, those who have their vehicles, well, they said they cannot go to the traffic management because the Ministry of Transport, by law, it is constitutional that it is closed with the responsibility to do vehicles registration and issue driver's licenses. So why now will the ministry say that the LTMI, the traffic management, is now the one that will be doing vehicles registration? So this morning at the Ministry of Transport, why they were protesting, the LRA bench at the Ministry of Transport was still open, and I went there, and there were businesses, conducted. They were still processing their documents, getting their LRA receipts. But then there was not a sign of any of the ministers at the ministry. Many of them feared that the employees, they feared that, well, they might lose their jobs because if the traffic management now will be doing vehicles registration, issuing driver licenses, what is the function now of the ministry? Those who were the directors who were doing the processes, those registration, where do they go? Where are they going to get jobs from? or how would they work if they are not doing those jobs? Then where do they stand? And that's the question I asked. Even though the case is still in court, is before the court right now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Lavetta, tell
Yeah.
me, tell me. You were reporting about this story too. Do you have anything to add?
Oh, I'm here with the news update.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know what I can go. I can go through now.
Yes, he was just talking about the Liberia transport story, the driver's license.
Yeah, the workers they are feeling frustrated about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are saying when such thing happen right now, uh, it is going to take food on their table. So they are feeling so frustrated about the situation.
Hmm. Okay, give us the news update, and then Joseph, we can come back and talk about that.
Okay, so the latest news update:
Mm-hmm.
Liberian President Bouacar submits 8 landmark happy treaties protocols to lawmakers for ratification as LIPO Director General Honorable Gavin Koboy describes the action taken by the president as one of the most consequential steps ever taken in the history of happy governance in Liberia. President Joseph Yuma Boakai has formally submitted 8 international intellectual property treaties and protocols to the 55th legislature for ratification so as to lay the legal foundation for a modern internationally aligned intellectual property IP ecosystem in Liberia. A press release: the Liberia Intellectual Property Office (LIPO) noted that the action by the president fulfills a long-standing commitment to domesticate protocol instruments that Liberia has signed or been electable to exceed to honor the World Intellectual Property Organization, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and the Cultural Organization UNESCO, and the International Union for the Protection of New Varieties of Plants, but had not yet been ratified. Liberian government alleges fears no increase in petroleum prices despite Middle East conflict. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry, in consultation with the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company (LPRC), has issued its March 3, 2026 press circular maintaining existing ceilings for petroleum products in both the wholesale and retail market. According to the circular, pump prices for gasoline, the fuel remain unchanged in US dollar terms despite volatility in the global petroleum market. Retail price are set at US $4.2, which is equivalent to 755 Liberian dollar per gallon for gasoline, and US $4.33, which is equivalent to 810 per gallon for fuel. The prices reflect the prevailing Central Bank of Liberia exchange rate. Liberia CBL exchange rate of US $177 uh, to US $1, and are based on last month's average plants benchmark. Ombudsman chairman accused of extorting 50% of its salary. Panel recommends dismissal criminal probe. An independent investigative panel has recommended the immediate dismissal and criminal prosecution of Councillor Finlay Wa Kanga, chairman of the office of the Ombudsman, follows fundings that he extorted more than 20,000 United States dollars from his. Oh my God, our current just left.
Mm, that's LEC.
Yeah.
Liberia.
It was
Liberia.
This is the problem we have.
Liberia. Oh, now you'll see.
okay.
If I was in the middle of a court case, I would lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Y'all have
let me
this.
so I can I get from where I start.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, an independent investigative panel has recommended the immediate dismissal and criminal prosecution of Councillor Finlay Wakanga, chairman of the office of the Ombudsman,
Mm-hmm.
follows funding that he extorted more than 20,000 United States dollars from his special assistants over 4 months. In a formal transmitted dated February 12, 2026 address to President Bouacar, the panel concluded that Kanga clandestinely extorted funds from Mr. Francis K.D. Cooper, his special assistant, in what the investigators described as a gross violation of Liberia's National Code of Conduct. Liberia's foreign minister Beslo admits absence of policy framework, announces draft guide for embassies. Liberia's foreign affairs minister Sarah Beslo Yampi has disclosed that the government of Liberia currently has no formal guiding documents to fully implement its economic diplomacy policy, despite placing the strategy at the center of its foreign engagement agenda. Appearing recently before the plenary of the Liberian Senate, Minister Beslo admitted that past and ongoing economic diplomacy efforts were largely driven by experience, relationships, and access to foreign investors rather than a structured national framework. We were doing this based on our knowledge and access for the different embassies we did not have a guiding document, she told lawmakers. Over the last 2 years, we have learned what works and what does not work. Liberia's Ministry of Transport workers pushed back as government finally transferred licensing operations to LMT. Tension is mounting at the Ministry of Transport following the government's decision to transfer key license and vehicle registration operations to Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated. The move, which took effect on March 1, 2026, is being described by authorities as a sweeping institutions reform aimed at improving efficiency, integration, and enhancing service delivery standards within the transport sector. However, the decision has sparked stark resistance from aggrieved workers who fear job losses, reduced earnings, and what they call a pin taker. And Liberia's land commissioner warned lawmakers of escalating national crisis over boundary ownership disputes. A senior official of the Liberia Land Authority has warned lawmakers that unresolved land disputes across the country could spiral into widespread conflict if urgent action is not taken. Joe K. Williams, Vice Chairperson for Administration and Services at the Liberia Land Authority, sounded the alarm during the 15-day session of the first quarter of the third session of the 55th legislature. Williams cautioned that Liberia's existing land conflict could escalate into chaos if the government fails to invest adequately in land administration and boundary demarcation. Those were the latest updates.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, so LEC came back?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
that's
need
good.
a team, really.
He did it in the dark.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. Um, yeah, so this whole situation with the license, driver's license, what I'm hearing from people is that this is handled by the government, people who have long-time jobs, been working there for years and years and years. Then they sign a concession agreement with foreigners, and now the foreigners are supposed to take over from the Liberian government, issuing driver license and license plate. And how does that help Liberians and create jobs for them? How does that help them? Lavetta, how does that help them? Does it?
I wasn't paying. I want to
Oh,
do some adjustment in the studio. I will rejoin. I want to do some adjustment in the studio. Then I will
okay.
rejoin it. Okay.
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 Jefferson, how does that help Liberians? I'm confused why they would sign a concession agreement to take Liberians' jobs away from them.
Well, this is one of the things amongst the many that in fact, the employees there at the Ministry of Transport have been agitating for. There have been several protests, being organized as far as going to the U.S. Embassy near Monrovia. They've been saying that why would the government of Liberia look at a revenue generating entity, and owing to the fact that the Ministry of Transport is one of the highest revenue generating entities. Just the past budget year, they contributed over $10 million to the national budget, and then um, but now that the traffic management has come in, taking all of our details, Liberians details, because if you go to the traffic management, or if you went to the Ministry of Transport to obtain your driver's license, what they normally do is they ask for all your particulars, your date of birth, place of birth, your name, and everything, just your data. So if these things are not given to a foreign company, Lebanese company, that will be in charge of everything, with just 30% coming to the government of Liberia, and then signing a 25-year agreement with this company, then,
No.
then
25 years?
yeah, then it's a serious problem for the
Serious
country,
problem.
because we saw what happened at the port when, during the regime of former President Salif, that APN terminal had to sign with the government of Liberia for 25 years. That it wasn't I mean, the agreement that even some lawmakers, including Senator Snow, today still regrets why he had to even be a part of
Right.
that. Yeah, because in that agreement it was not clearly stated. So the APN terminals would do whatever they want. The government of Liberia has nothing to say. They do not question APN terminals. So this is the same thing that is happening now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, prior to this, there has been back and forth between the Ministry of Transport and the traffic management, because uh, there will be an inspection ongoing, and then the Minister of Transport will look at your license or your documents, and everything will be correct. But if you just pass by them and you accidentally bumped into the traffic management, they pull you over, they ask for your license, the same license that you presented, that was correct, being checked by the inspectors at the ministry, they will tell you that this license is not correct, it is invalid. And then when they issued your ticket, uh, you went to LRA, pay for your ticket. If you go to the ministry, they will hold they will, confiscate your driver's license. If you went to the if you went to Central Police Headquarters to get your driver's license from there, what they will tell you is that your license is not there. You need to go to Painesville to SKD and go there, and that's where you're going to get your driver's license. Because normally, when your license has been taken, you've been issued ticket, you go straight to Central. After you pay for it, you go to Central. There's a division there where you can get your driver's license from. But it is not the case. They say, well, this one year, some of the drivers have told us that, well, this the ticket is not for Central, it is the RG
Mm.
ticket. The RG, the police director, has his own ticket, and then other people have their own ticket. So it has just been this rigmarole. Sometimes last year or last month, if asked, yes, I think last year or the earlier part of last month, there was a press conference called by the Ministry of Transport where the Minister Salif Raf Tyler said that he told the Liberian people that nobody should do any business with the Libera traffic management. The Ministry of Transport is the only ministry, only institution responsible to do vehicles registration. So you should all registration should be processed through the Ministry of Transport. Then now, yesterday there were protests that they had to leave the ministry. We went there, we did not see the minister and his deputy, only a few of the assistant ministers, and the CSA boss Josiah Jokai, after hearing the noise and seeing the protests on social media, visited. When he came there, he arrived there. What he told, in fact, what he told the employees that, well, you're not losing your jobs. Don't be afraid. The case is still in court. So let's just wait for the court's decision and what have you, so that this matter will be laid to rest. But then the employee said, but if the case is in court, why is it that this process will still be carried out by the traffic management when the case is still in court? So is
Right.
it that you people taking jobs from us or what? He said, no, you people will not lose jobs. The only thing that just remain calm. Upon leaving, he was being booed by the employees. That, well, it was a sign of innovative. Because the thing is this Gibson, they directors that are doing the registration, if they are not doing registration anymore, nobody's going there. So what are they going to be doing? Are they just going to be sitting at the Ministry of Transport? Mind you, today, the ministry had a serious loss because this morning, while the protests were going on, there was not a single minister in the building. Businesses were shut down, operations, because only few of the booths were open. People who are going there to transact, they were just outside waiting. And we heard in the corner saying that, well, LRA coming shut down the entire system here. So, I mean, it is just, we don't know what is happening. The president, there has nothing been said about this, because the very traffic management, the motorcycles you see in the president's convoy that are escorting the president belong to the traffic management. So Liberians are concerned, if these people are escorting the president and the president is not saying anything, where do we stand as a country? What would now be the function of the Ministry of Transport? That is the
Mm.
question. Yeah.
Joseph, you're on mute.
You're muted.
Yeah, Miss Kitty. It is so sad to see this going on in our country, that our government would like to take food from its citizen mouth. If you take vehicle registration and other processing documents away from the transport ministry, then what would be the function of the ministry? They will be left
Right.
with nothing. And what will actually happen is that it's like you literally putting people out of job,
Mhm.
because they will just be flowing all over the place, and they will have nothing to do. Already they are on low salary. It is low they processing, because normally some people are able to run after those small documents and things. So they reach out to some of the workers at the Ministry of Transport to help
Right.
them out.
Yep.
Yeah. So the hard,
Mm-hmm.
they themselves do, may go around and get something to take home, because some of those workers at transport ministry, they earn as low as 150.
Hmm.
Yeah, as low as 150. So in our current dispensation, 150 is very low for the family.
It's not. It's not a living wage, like
Yeah,
Cumming said
yeah.
on Monday. Yeah.
Because it is
I
Yeah,
think it's
Joseph.
it is far beyond knowledge.
Mm,
So I think that the function of the traffic management should be
mm,
to regulate the traffic,
mhm,
any irregularity in the traffic. They should be there to regulate it and stuff like that. But it's not that they want to take complete control. The money aspect, or because the I got transport ministry pays to LRA directly.
mhm.
And then what would be the where would be going to LRA? What would LRA be receiving?
I think
Because the traffic management don't deal with LRA. You go to traffic management and you pay your money directly to them. They don't have worker from LRA at the traffic management processing area. So I really I don't know what the government is actually thinking about because they have already sold that space.
right,
So yeah,
right.
they have sold it.
Well,
Yeah.
it sounds like what Mr. Cummings said on Monday was we need technology because what Jefferson, what you refer to when you go here is a different. They said your license is not good when you go here. That will be resolved through technology because right now, if I want to renew my license, I go to the DMV. They look me up in the system. They give me my new license right then and there. Everybody has the same computer. When the police stop me, they look in their computer on their dashboard. They can see my license is valid. They can see I have insurance on my car. That's technology. And that's what Liberia needs. That's what Mr. Cummings said. We need to bring more technology to Liberia. It will help everybody, make everything easier for everyone. But I don't understand why we cannot train Liberians to do the work in the country. Why do we have to use these concession companies? Because all they're doing is finding out ways where they can make money for themselves and take money for themselves. That's why they are signing up with these concession companies. They're not signing up for the betterment of the country. Because if you want it better for the country, you will train Liberians, you will bring in technology, Liberians will be doing the work in the Ministry of Transport. You have more jobs there. You be paying them more. Like Mr. Cummings says, civil servants should not make less than $300 or $400 a month, not 150. And if you had technology, you wouldn't have to give somebody, your money to go to the ministry and bring your license back. No. If you had an office in Grand Crew,
Mhm.
office in River Cess, office in Nimba, office in Grand Cape Mount. People don't have to go to Monrovia to do business. They can do business right in their county. That's why you should have regional offices. That's why Mr. Cummings said we need to break all of this up. Every county should have their own office. You can do your license, do your license plate, and you should be able to walk in there on the same day and walk out with your license and your license plate.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because that's what happens here when we go to the office, give them our license, pay our money. They look in the computer, give us our license right then and there. What they do is they give us a sticker, a
Okay.
new sticker for the year. Then we change our sticker on our license plate. We don't
Hmm.
get a whole new license plate unless you get in a whole new car.
Oh
So
wow.
every year we go get our sticker. And even if I don't even want to go to the office, I can go in the shopping center. There's
Hmm.
a machine in the shopping supermarket. I just go put my license in, it scan my license. I pay my money. The sticker will shoot out of the machine. I'm done. I don't even have to go into the ministry, in the driver's DMV. And that's why, you know, if they knew how to do these things, implement these things, it would be easier for Liberians, and Liberians can keep their jobs. But I don't think this is done for the benefit of Liberians. I think it's done because somebody wants to make money somewhere off of this contract.
Yeah.
And if they were doing it for the betterment of Liberians, it will be bringing jobs in the country. It sounds like it's taking jobs away from the people. That's what it sounds like to me.
And it's been
Yeah, sure.
tied. It has been tied around the Minister of Justice and the police director, because they are directly, because all of the drivers, all their complaints have been, this ticket is, they will tell you this ticket is for the RG, the RG's ticket, the RG's ticket. And there's been nothing so far being said, by the RG regarding this. Imagine a 25-year concession deal that,
That's too long.
Liberia gets only, the government of Liberia gets only 30%, and
No,
then the foreign company, Lebanese company, gets 70%. So, I
no.
mean, this is it. A
We don't
government.
ever you don't ever sign 25-year contracts for there's no reason to do that unless it is something that you're doing for property like land leases for when the person is building on your property, then they will want a longer lease. But if you're talking about a service contract, that's what this is. You need to do it for 5 years. Let's see how they operate. If they're not operating good, we don't have to renew it. When I was in college, I did my paper on Firestone having
Mm,
a 99-year lease. You know, and I would think that Liberians would have learned from that and said, we're not going to get into these long-term leases, with for little of nothing. But it just seems like the people who are leading the country are just doing something for their own good, to put money in their own pocket. It's not about changing the lives of the Liberian people. And that's why we keep saying Liberians need to try a new way, a new system, vote differently this time. Because
yeah.
last time you voted for CDC, this time you voted for UP, it's the same thing. Nothing has changed in your life. Nothing has changed.
Mm.
Joseph, you want to say something before we move on to our next topic?
Yeah. What I actually want to say is this. Uh, I just can get it in this country that our leaders, they will always choose the less and leave out the, you know, because you sign a concession agreement and this company comes in and bringing more foreign workers and leave out majority of their citizens unemployed. And you forgot to know that if you got more Liberian working, the more they work, the more social security tax they pay, the more income taxes they pay, there are more revenue generation for the country. But they don't even think in that direction. They only look at the first that I don't know how they call it or kickback or whatever the company will give them, and they accept that. They forget about the rest of the people. So if they thinking beyond that, I think Labron won't be like this.
Well, let me push back on you,
Be-
Joseph. Let me push back on you.
Mhm.
Is that different from someone who would sell their vote for a t-shirt and cup of rice? Is that it's the same
No,
short-term thinking, right?
yeah, and why they always do this is that not that they can do, they don't know the better. They know this, but they want to keep the people in poverty. They want to keep us in poverty so that when they come back to us, we can listen to them. We always see them as us,
Right.
saving grace. But then you to make a sound decision, or a hungry person cannot make a sound decision.
Mm,
Let me give you the scenario, right? If I'm broke, I wake up in the morning, right? Somebody come out to my door. Oh yes, so and so political party launching Man, it's every 2020. I will got that money. I don't have $5 in my pocket. What you expect me to do? Yeah?
Yeah.
What you expect me to do?
But
Yes.
yeah, but now, but you
Because
suffer for the next 6 years. For the next 6 years,
yeah,
you.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So they would not they would keep on of that. Not everybody think that way I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? For me, I can't hear to that. You gotta know my right.
Right.
But others would not think like that. So for that reason, they will always play like that kind of game with us instead of doing the right thing. Like if we got like we have I think 5 million or 6 million people in the country. If you get the working class of 2 million people paying the taxes regularly, if you do the math at the end of the month, the amount of money government will generate, you won't believe it.
I
Because
know.
Social Security taxes is based on your income. Even the income tax is based on your income. The higher income, the higher your tax. So if you got that's the amount of working class people in the country, for sure. Those consensual agreements and things you can say you can find a way.
Yeah, this is
We
going.
can, you know,
I don't agree with what they did by signing a 25-year agreement, only taking 30%. I don't agree with that. I think Liberians, you have to choose better for the next election time, because these decisions are going to impact you now for the next 25 years unless somebody comes in new and changes all of these things. But one of the things that the rescue government talked about in their arrest agenda was sanitation and cleanliness and cleaning up Liberia. And this is because you cannot have tourists or tourism in the country to make jobs when the country is nasty and dirty, garbage all around,
so
you know. So, Jefferson, do you see garbage around your daily, day to day walk around, or when you're traveling around, you go to the market, you see trash around?
Yeah, so as a matter of fact, to that this has been one of uh, our duties here at Kia Radio. We've reported several garbage sites, especially in the Douala area, prior to the road. In fact, even when they started, clearing people from the road, the marketers from the road, every now and then, sometimes you will see the garbage will stay there for months, and we will pass by, and the marketers will go to them. Uh, uh, Engaging them, asking them, or they tell us, some devastating stories telling us that the garbage has been affecting their health, because that's where they go, that's where they spend their days throughout. And so they stay there, they have to buy food to eat, nowhere else they go to eat. So why eating flies will leave from the garbage there and come sit on their food. But what do they do? They still eat. In fact, when you're driving or you're walking, even if you have nose masks, or face masks, you still inhale the scent, the bad, odor from there, the bad scent from there. So it has affected people a lot. Douala area, if you go down Waterside, in fact, currently Waterside, uh, Water Street, you don't use Water Street easily, especially from coming from uh down Como Hill. When you come down Como Hill there, Galley Street down Como Hill, and then you want to go towards Randall Street side, down Waterside there, you'll feel so bad. It is so terrible, and it shouldn't just rain like that. But it's not raining now. But I mean, the place is always wet, with the drainage system very poor, and all the sewages over there are damaged, and the business people sit over there from Monday to Monday. They're there, and that's why they spend their entire day. The garbage just stuck part of them. A whole side of that, between Randall and Water Street there down there, you feel so bad that a whole side of it, the garbage are taking one lane of the entire road. So it's very bad, it's very terrible. And I mean, it they when you come into central town, you want to inhale, I mean, a very fresh and nice scent. But by the time you're coming from Douala, you get, I mean, from the Bushra Island, you're around the Vital area, trying to get on the new bridge or the Gabriel Tucker bridge there, the the scent you start to get in here is very bad and becomes terrible for you. A very bad odor. City is smelling that you always want to use nose masks, right? So it is just, I mean, sanitation, I would say, well, the city government will have to do, even though there you see people, some of them they have some people will be sweeping in the street, they brought these garbage cans, place them at various intersections, but we don't see them anymore. I don't know what happened, what whether they were taking what they said that they can't replace them because they will get filled and the garbage would just be trash would be all on the ground on the floor right there, but we don't see the garbage cans along the at those intersections again, Broad and Macklin Street, Broad and Lane Street, Broad and Center Street. You don't see them anymore. So what is the state government doing? These are things that we've talked about all through. You have to go and cover it over and over, report. Then in the night, you see them going to take. By the time they take them, a week after, the place gets filled. So it's just, I mean, they're not. Sanitation is a challenge in this country under this rescue government.
Joseph, have you noticed sanitation being addressed by this government? You're on mute.
Joseph, you're muted. I think
He can't. Maybe he
Joseph,
cannot hear
you're
us.
muted. Can you hear us?
He cannot hear us. Okay, let's look at this story from one of our reporters.
Good day, viewers across Liberia and around the world. Welcome to the platform Have Your Say, a public affairs interview that makes Liberia's democracy more vibrant. My name is Lavecta Davis. I'm here in the nation's capital, Monrovia, to speak with Liberians as relating to a serious issue affecting our beloved capital. The state of sanitation in Monrovia. Is the city losing the battle? Today, as you move through the streets of Monrovia, from Waterside to Red Light, from Douala to Single, one thing is hard to ignore: garbage piling up and what many residents call garbage taking over corners of the city. Drainages are clogged, communities are battling waste overflow, and concerns are growing about public health. But it was not always like this. During the leadership of former Monrovia City Mayor Mary Bro, the city witnessed a strong and aggressive sanitation campaign. She fought to eradicate dirt from the streets, enforce cleanliness, and restore order. Today, we ask, have we lost that momentum? What is the real state of sanitation in Monrovia now, and what do the people have to say? Stay with us as we bring you voices from the streets and communities.
I see the trash all on the street. It seems like people don't have a place where to put the trash, and there's no one taking the trash either. Now, when Mr. Cummings ran in 2023, he had wrote a plan on how to deal with the trash, and his plan, he said, was to deploy a waste management task force that will work in conjunction with the Monrovia City Hall and EPA to organize routine cleanup activities. And he said, implement a national neighborhood cleanup task force every other weekend and encourage every neighborhood to join the effort. So those were his suggestions in 2023 as to how to deal with the trash, because like you said, Jefferson, the trash makes people sick, give people illness, but also if you want to create tourism in the country, you have to clean up the trash. It has to be nice and clean, and so people will want to come and visit the country. Joseph, your internet is okay now? Are you hearing
Yeah,
us?
yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
What do you have to add to this issue of sanitation and trash?
Well, the sanitation situation in this country is very deplorable. Honestly, very bad. You walk all those areas that my brother just named. If you go there, trust me, you can stand for a second. Got that bottle all on the street. Broad Street, the main street. Well, everybody, oh, Broad Street, Broad Street. You come on Broad Street, you see that all on the sidewalk. So I really just can't understand what the city government can do to, let me say, minimize the issue of the dirt, and the sewer system too is also bad, especially down Waterside, Magnet Street. You have the feces, water running all on the street. People stand by the water, they sell, they eat. It is really bad.
So
And
this rescue government said they were going to address sanitation. What has really changed?
nothing have changed. Absolutely nothing have changed. They are doing nothing. They're not, in fact, in fact, the major is no longer looking in that direction. Yes, no longer looking in that direction. Number one, they don't have, first, to combat solid waste. You have to have a solid waste management, some kind of company to
Right.
manage the solid waste. Yeah, and how you got it, or recycling,
Right.
or company. Yeah, they have one, but it is across the Chibikaro Bridge, Stony Creek Chibikaro Bridge, on the Chipeni Freeway there. They got one there, but I don't really know. Currently, all the waste they collect from around the Kerry Center Street. You can't be dumping there in the heart of the city. It make no sense. Yeah.
So
So
this
the same thing they complain about, or the previous government, they continue the same thing. So
now
nothing has changed.
when when in where I live, they used to have twice a week the garbage trucks will come. You put your garbage down in front of your house in a green garbage can. If you have
Yeah,
glass or plastic, you put it in the blue garbage can.
Mhm.
And twice a week they used to have it. The truck will come. The way how the truck is set up, they just load the garbage can right on the truck, and the truck lifts it up and put it in. Nobody has to touch the garbage person doesn't have to touch the garbage can. It just put the garbage can next to the truck. The truck pick it up, dump it inside, And then once a week, they come for your glass, your plastic. But then they changed it. They said, no, this is too expensive. So only once a week now they come. So all your trash, you keep it, you put it outside, and then once a week you roll your can down. They come, pick up your trash, they take it. For my business, I have a business where they have a bigger size garbage can. They come, the garbage people come, same thing, dump in a big truck, and they take it, and they do that once a week. So you have to have a sanitation plan when you have to go explain to the people in the community, we're going to be here once a week or once every 2 weeks. Make sure you take your plastic, your glass, all the things that you can recycle and put it in this one, blue bucket, in the green bucket where you put all your other trash. Where you have things like banana or butter pear, stuff like that, you can always use that as compost. You can teach people how to put that in the ground, and it will decompose. These kind of things, the fruits that you eat and things like that, you can put that in the compost so it can decompose. But for things like paper and all kind of other trash, the water, everybody drinks those water plastic thing. You can recycle that.
Yeah, yeah, you can recycle this
You
shit.
can recycle that, but you have to have a plan, and you need to have a leader that has a vision for Liberia that will implement these things. And so far, this government has not been able to do it. And that's so clear. It's so clear to me because when I'm in Liberia and I'm driving around, I see all the trash, especially by all the different market centers, red light, all those places. I see so much trash and dirt.
For sure.
And, people are getting sick. Let's hear from another person that was interviewed.
So right now I'm currently at the Benson and Newport Street area. I talk to our brother right here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome to the platform. Have your say. What is your name?
I'm Thomas P.S. Mongo.
Thomas who?
P.S. Mongo.
P.S. Mongo.
Yes, sir.
All right, Thomas. Can you please tell us what is behind the sudden increase in trash and dirt on major Monrovia streets?
Okay. The increase in waste on major streets in Monrovia is one because of lack of awareness.
Public awareness.
Public awareness. You know, if you are not informed, especially our people, we always need to be informed. So we are not informed about how to use waste. And then secondly, the increase in waste on major streets of Monrovia, especially our Basin and Newport Street, especially you see the huge amount of debt here. It's because lack of ability, lack of leadership ability. To be honest with you, to be very honest with you.
So you are saying that the person who is spearheading the Monrovia corridor, the person is not working?
Yes. I'm speaking directly to the city manager who was charged with the power, who the power was invested in to make sure the city of Monrovia is clean. That we have perfect city ordinance. But here we see, when you go Libera Street, and go there, when you go to Libera and Benson Street, the section here. With this exception,
So that was Newport. That was Newport and Benson. The trash just piling up, piling up, piling up.
Yeah.
And that Benson Street leads to the executive to the US embassy.
So how are we supposed to have tourism in the country when when all this trash and dirt is all around? How are we supposed to bring tourism jobs? I saw they were having a tourism convention meeting today. How are you supposed to invite people to your country and your country is dirty?
Mm.
You know, there was a story that was covered by Lovetta. She's talked about Sarah Beslow not having a policy framework for economic diplomacy. Did you hear that story, Joseph?
Oh no, no, no.
You didn't hear her talking? Okay, you didn't hear her talking about Jefferson.
Uh,
You heard her talking about that story that the foreign minister said there was no economic framework, that she didn't have a plan, an overall plan from the government on how to bring jobs into the country using these different foreign ministries.
Well, when I listened, I first thought it was a gossip. So I said, well, I wouldn't run. I want to do more research on it to
Hmm.
know as to what the actual story is. So I just I've heard few, but I've not gone in depth to check it. So I said I will do a research on it before I
Okay.
can. Yeah, yeah.
So this is in the front page. This foreign minister Sarah Beslow Yanti, she talked about that they are working on getting a plan for how to use these different ministries all over to bring jobs to Liberia. And when you have a plan, you're supposed to have all the different ministries working together on one plan. So even if she tries to bring jobs into Liberia, let's say she meets with the Polish people or the Indian people or the Chinese people or the Japanese people and say, we want you to invest in Liberia. How can they do that without having rule of law,
Hmm.
right? Because that's the Ministry of Justice. They need when they go to the court
Yeah.
and they have a contract with Joseph.
yeah.
Joseph said he's going to supply this restaurant with potato greens. And Joseph refuses to do that. He took the money. When they go to court, they need to make sure they can hold Joseph responsible. That's why they have rule of law. Without rule of law, these companies will not come.
Hmm.
Without sanitation, they will not get customers to come and fly in to Liberia because nobody wants to come to a country and see dirt all over the place. So even though Sarah Beslow Yanti is working hard, trying to go from here, there, all over, these things are not together in the country. The country is not together. So she's not going to be able to bring jobs into the country. The sanitation problem is a big problem in Liberia. And I don't see how or what these people are doing to fix it. I mean, it's been 3 years now they've been in power.
Yeah. This is the third year now.
Yeah, yeah, running.
So I'm not seeing what plan did they have to fix it? What plan did they bring? What are they doing? What companies have they interviewed to say we're going to do a sanitation plan? All the money from the country looks like it's just stuck in the legislature, paying their salaries, stuck in the executive. What's that ministry where they put all that money, $20 million? They put it in the security sector, Mr.
Yeah.
Cummings?
NSA.
NSA. All the country, all instead of getting sanitation
Million.
trucks,
22 million.
instead of buying sanitation trucks, they put in money in the NSA. Well, what is the national security threat that the NSA need $22 million? You can take $3 million and buy sanitation trucks, buy garbage cans, start working on cleaning up the major areas in the city, Broad Street, Randall Street, all those areas. You start there, you know. But I don't see they're not using the money for that reason. What is 22 million? And then they don't want you to audit the NSA.
Mm. Mm.
So what are they
Yeah,
doing?
they would not wait the other agency because it's where the president used to pass his total money. That budget they pass for energy, that money is not being used for any security purposes. Is where the president take money from with all questioning. Now every money our president steal, you don't have anything talking there. So they pass it to the NSA.
Yeah,
Every government and
that is
it is bad. People are struggling in the NSA.
mm,
I got I know numerous of friends within their cycle. They are struggling, especially this current system is bad there. Yes.
so
So that 22 million.
the money is not going to the employees at the NSA.
No, nobody gonna fool you. Nobody should fool you. They just pass it. They just passing it there to take because it can be audited. Because they would just I got it stick it on security issue. They can review some of the details to you,
And I don't hear
and
any of
nobody
the
can audit it.
representatives talking about the sanitation issue or what they are trying to do. You see, when they had that yellow machine, they all dressed up in yellow. They
Mhm.
all went to the executive mansion. And they passing the trash every day in the street. They see it. They're
Oh
not
yeah,
they're not holding a hearing to bring in the city mayor, to bring in somebody from, I guess that will be, is it Ministry of Transport or uh uh water sewer, because the sewers are backed up with
no,
trash too.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It has to do with water and sewer because it has to do with this. It is sewage system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the sewer system is already bad. Because when it comes to the sanitation issue, you have the feces rolling off on the street and
On the
all of that.
yeah, the backup sewers.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you have legislature, they're supposed to hold hearings. That's why they say accountability. They're supposed to call in water sewer and hold a hearing and say, look, I drove to work today. I see trash all on the street. What are you doing? What's in the budget? How are you spending the budget? That's how you hold the government accountable. But it seemed like they are dressing up in yellow construction color, going to the executive mansion, jolly jolly, joy joy. They're not doing their job, and the Liberian people are suffering. No, and that's why we say this time, instead of voting because you love this person, oh, I just love that man, I just love him. Instead of voting that way, vote for somebody who can come in and fix all these problems that we have in the country. You know, Mr. Cummings ran Coca-Cola billion-dollar company.
Mm.
In Coca-Cola, you cannot have trash all around the place. That stuff has to be clean because they have to make all these products. And Coca-Cola has not just Coca-Cola, but they have Sprite, they got Coca-Cola, they have many, many, many billion-dollar brands of products that they sell. And he has to manage how to get glass for the bottling companies, how to get plastic for all of the plastic. He has to manage how to get water. He has to manage how to get paper. He has to manage the advertising, all the employees, make sure all the employees are paid on time, make sure they have health care, make sure all the factories stay clean, make sure all the trucks are running. Trucks got to deliver all these products, manage all the sales contracts. It's a very big job. And that's what you need. You need somebody who knows how to manage big company, big system to change the way Liberia is. And because right now these people, they seem like they don't know how to do it, so they keep hiring foreigners to come in and, oh, let's sign this 25-year concession agreement. Let's sign this 25 years concession agreement, because they don't know how to manage and they don't know how to train Liberian people to do the jobs. And I think Liberian people have had enough, because they're not blind. I think they see all the trash on the street. They see it. But are the voters this time around going to say enough is enough? We have had it with people just coming here saying they're going to do something and they don't know how to do it. Joseph, in 2023,
Yeah.
did you see anything about this government that would tell you they knew how to fix these problems? Because if you remember, they were getting evicted out of their party headquarters.
Yeah, yes.
So if you,
Actually, I was one person. I was one person who always used to tell people that if if you want to get a sitting government or the power, that's fine. But then it shouldn't be our core ruling party, because these people is like coming back to get what you have lost.
yes,
Some of them they made a lot of mistakes. They felt that they were going to continue, you know, in leadership, but then it went the other way. So, and they saw what, Silesians, that were in power were doing and stuff like that. So they themselves said, no, we need to, come
right.
back. And I laid that scenario. I said, if you are not going to make any difference, things will even get harder, because in the first place, they are all broke. Yes, they were all broke. You putting the people back in power, you want to try to lift them up again. Many of them I will see in power coronet, they were all roaming around the street.
Right.
So I really see, I didn't see anything that they could really bring back to Liberia, like change or whatever. Nothing have changed. If you look at it vividly, nothing have changed. From the first day in office to now, nothing have changed. Things stay
Well,
the same. And even harder. Things are even getting harder, because you
mm,
breaking down people's homes, things already hard. Then you're increasing it, like demolishing people's homes, and then making people homeless and all of that. It's not doing any good for the country. It's not doing any good for the country. You want to make it things worse. If you can face the bread and butter issue, let the people have their peace of mind.
it,
Do what you think you can do, but going after the ordinary people is completely bad.
Jefferson, when you meet with Liberians on a day to day, do they see that things are not changing in their life? They're not making more money. The streets are still dirty. Nothing is really changing for them. Do they see that at all?
Uh,
Well, this is this
Come
is
again?
this has
As
become
in Jefferson.
this has become a concern. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, um, several times, and I will take you back to the June 17 and the December 17 protest 2025. So you saw that not many people were in the streets December 17. Now, um, those in government felt the concern was that, well, people are not protesting, they are because they are satisfied with the government. So in the communities, when you visit the communities, you ask people, you go to the various markets, you interview the people, you ask them questions. What they will normally tell you is that, well, you should know that there are silent protesters. And so 2029, they will protest at the ballot box. What does it mean? Now, it means that these people who are saying they are silent protesters will not go to the street to protest 2029. That's the time we'll protest. It implies that they are not happy with the current status of the country. The, the state of affairs of the nation is not as they are expected, right? And those are the various health centers. Some of them normally will say, well, don't call my name, right?
Mm-hmm.
On
Yes.
the radio, don't call my name. But this institution, it is poor here, like in Bomi County, in the western region. If you uh, sometimes in the last year I visited the western region, and I was in Bapulu. I had gone with Representative Yaka Kaluba. We went as far as Bele Fasama. We were to go to Bele Yala, but because of the road condition, we could not go, so we stopped Bele Fasama. Now, the stories we got from there, interviewed the ladies. What they told us was very devastating, very bad. That pregnant women were dying because of bad roads, because the government had abandoned them. Their leaders, the senators and representatives they voted for, had abandoned them. And so they were being cut off from the government. They were not doing, they were not benefiting from the very government they voted for, right? And so, um, if you want to give birth, if you have a pregnant woman and that she must give birth, you must leave 3 months ahead to leave from Bele Fasama, come to Bopolu City, of if possible Tottenberg or Monrovia. If not, if you stay there, maybe you say the person is in a week, then that means either the child and the mother, or the mother, the child will pass off, will die in the stomach, in the mother's stomach. So these have been the thing that, well, some of we're not protest, but 2029 will tell. Like today at the Ministry of Transport, these were and yet today and yesterday, these were the things that they were saying. This is what we voted for. We did not vote this government for this. The demolition exercises that are going on across the country, the people are saying we did not vote the Bwakakun administration to make us homeless. We thought that this government would have done better for us, but what we experienced under CDC is even worse than what we are experiencing now. Mind you, a bag of 25 kg rice is being sold for $14.50. It was $16 a job. The president in January during his SONA announced to the country that it is $14.50. But here is it, at the price of $16, a bag of 25 kg was sold in the market. When you go buy at retail, then the people are selling it. They were selling it $50 per cup. Now it is $14.50. It is still being sold $50 per cup. What is happening? The Ministry of Commerce, that should be the, there to regulate, to check on prices, they're not checking, because the people are saying, because are not eating, these people are not eating the rice that we eating from the market. They buy the American rice, the rice that come from America, that's the rice they eat. So they don't care about us. But we will not talk. Since this is the rescue that we voted for, it is other excuse. But 2029 will tell so many people, civil servants, some of them will say, don't call my name, but let me tell you this, we've not
Mm,
taken it for this month of time. Like the lady who called on the radio yesterday, you
right.
listened to her,
And
right?
listen to her. She was
So they will
speaking in code. She
yeah.
said, she said, I asked her, do you deserve to be treated like this? She said, no. And then I said, well, what are you going to vote for change in 2029? Because something has to change.
Yes.
Liberian people are expecting a change, but they too have to change.
Mhm.
They have to change how they vote. Because
Yes.
if they don't change how they vote, they will not see a change in the people in the government. And
Mhm.
some Liberians are saying, "Oh, this is okay. This is they're trying small,
Yeah.
small." This it's like they don't have a high expectation for the people. It's like, "Oh, is they at least they're trying. At least they're bringing yellow machine." Yeah, but are you making any more money? Is your neighbor making any more money?
Mhm.
Are your children in school and you able to afford their school fee? Everything is fine with you? Is life okay with you? Is this the best that you think Liberia can do? You know, Liberia is one of the richest countries. Can you imagine? Joseph, Liberia has gold.
Mm-hmm.
Liberia got rubber. Liberia has timber. Liberia has iron.
Mm.
Liberia has minerals. They got land, rainforests, beaches. Liberia has so much wealth. But what it does not have is
Yeah.
a leader who knows how to manage the country. And our guest yesterday, he said Joseph Buckeye is either doesn't have the energy to do it or he doesn't know how. And nothing from his background told me that he knew how to do it. Because he said he was living off of loans himself
Yeah, yeah,
after
yeah.
40.
After 12 years as vice president.
What happened? Yeah, what happened? Why are you living off a loan? That means you don't know how to manage your own
I
self.
thought I'm already on $2 million budget a year.
So do you think he would know how to manage the country? Let me
Absolutely no.
And that's
uh
the question because many Liberians believe that this president should be one of Liberia's best, owing to the fact that he spent 40 years in government, and then while he was minister, and then came 12 years as vice president, and now president. He should have the connections, but they're saying till now there's no new investments, no companies coming in. When USAID has left, all the other NGOs, local NGOs as well, and you don't see new companies, so people are still jobless, and those who were taking up jobs, they've gone back into the communities, and
right.
you know, nothing is being done about this. Civil servants don't get they get their paper. It's so don't if I some don't like Christmas. It was very difficult that when we went to ask, people were like, "Is this? I mean, is today actually Christmas?" Because back
Hmm.
then, when Christmas is coming, you would know. In fact, a month before that, you will see Douala, Waterside, Red Light, all those commercial hubs, those basic hubs will be jam packed. But this going Christmas, the sellers were more than the buyers because, I mean, nothing, people were not getting anything. And so nobody, the city was just like, and so we went around on Christmas Day. I know that in the morning hours, you'll see the children, the kids will start running, coming to you. Uncle Jeff, I come from a Christmas. So I had changed, you know, $200. I had 20 just to give each child. Can I give you $20? Like, but I mean, the kids were not coming. You could not see them passing around. So it began a concern, for people. So it's just that this why with an experienced vice president, experienced a public servant, be in government and now president, with I mean nothing being done. It's just the old thing, like Mr. Cummings has said. I mean, you can keep doing the same thing and then you expect different results. So there has been just the same thing. But Liberians are concerned. So all this saying that 2029, well, the story would tell itself.
Hmm. Let's hear from another interview.
For this reason, yeah, people will just come. There's no trash can in a place. The people will just come and waste that whatsoever on the street. I mean to say, the people will just come and waste there on the street because there's no trash can or something that would really tell the people put the dirt inside here. Okay, for that, the place will be dirty up, or the place will be smelly. Yeah, for that reason. Then, another one, public
awareness.
Public awareness. Yeah, there is nobody telling the people that to keep. I mean, when you waste there, yeah, the pay will be that for other people from around the world, they will look at you that you're not taking good care of the people. Yeah. So nobody will tell the people.
All right.
For that reason, the people will just go on wasting time all over the place. Yeah. So
the Morovia City Corporation is charged with the responsibility of keeping the city clean. But right now we are seeing dirt all over the city. Why do you think they are falling short?
Yeah, because no donor support. Yeah, or no sponsorship. For this reason, yeah.
So you are saying that they're not getting donor support.
Yeah,
that is why the city is becoming, very dirty.
Very dirty, yeah, because no donor support or no sponsorship. Yeah. So for this reason, the people there will be no trash can. Because they're supposed to buy trash can.
Yeah, there is no funding.
Yeah, there is no funding that will tell the people, oh, just put the dirt in this place.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much this afternoon for speaking to our camera. What is your name again?
My name is Yusuf Kane.
So, Joseph, he's saying no donor support. What about the money in the NSA?
There are a lot of funds being distributed in the federal ministries and agencies around that are not worth, being going to, because if you look at the money going to the NSA, it's completely wasteful. I just told you that money is purposely for the president. They pass that money there.
But he said no donor support. The money is in the budget. Yesterday, Dr. Booty said lawmakers are making $120,000 a year, and one person is making $3,500 for his generator.
Yeah. Can you imagine you talk about, I think they did pass one of the budget have been passed $1.2 billion budget, and if you analyze that budget, you will find out that there is
I think
goes to salary payment. Yeah, I mean just salary payment. Huge wages in the Senate and the representative, and their allowances and all of that. They just built everything up like a mountain. So that's why all the money going. For the ones with NSA, forget about that. I want the NSA director and the president that are share it.
So this is why I think during the 2023 election, they were so against Mr. Cummings, because they know Mr. Cummings come, their salaries, they're not going to make that money. They're not going to have $20 million hiding in the NSA, that he's going to use the budget for the Liberian people, because Mr. Cummings has money for himself. He doesn't need any more money from the Liberian people. And so he doesn't need to spend their money. He doesn't need to hide their money. He's not someone who hasn't had money before. He said he has managed private jets before. He has flown private jet. He doesn't need to fly private jet. He doesn't need car. Mr. Cummings can buy his own cars. He has his own money. So when he gets the budget, he's going to spend that money on the Liberian people. And that's why they come up with all these stories on Mr. Cummings. Oh, he's gay. Oh, he's this. Oh, he didn't do anything for the Liberian people. Just telling lies about him, because they know if he comes to power, if he comes to the government, he's going to fix a lot of these problems. And that's what they do not want that at all. So I hope the Liberian people are ready for change. I hope they can realize that they have the power to change the situation if they vote the right way this time, this election. Let's hear from our last interview.
Right, so I'm here right now within the Sony Wayne area, where I want to speak to our brother right here. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Welcome to the platform. Have your say.
Thank you.
Can you please tell us your name?
My name is Aloysius Tanese. I'm a resident of the community.
All right, Aloysius. So, Aloysius, I want you to tell us, what do you think is a sudden increase in trash and dirt all over the city? Because right now, every street you pass, you see dirt piling. You go in the community, you see dirt piling. What do you think is causing this sudden increase?
Well, that is very simple. That issue in the city of Monrovia and the rest of the place, inadequate waste management, lack of public awareness, all these things are all alluding to the fact that there will be more increase in debt. Because the fact is that people who's in authority, like the city corporation, needs to carry on somebody awarenesses everywhere and make sure that they got sufficient trash can in the street,
so that when the boy use that, they can be able to put it there.
Yeah, mainly for the pedestrians, so that they can be able to, empty all the peanut that while we're eating in the street. And again, they must be able to come and collect it in time, or either on time or in time, whatever that the best for them.
Okay. All right. So let's move to the next question here this afternoon. The Monrovia City Corporation is mandated to keep the city clean. Why do you think they are falling short? How today we are seeing dirt all over the city?
Well, maybe they have not been adequately budgeted to do that. But again, they should also talk to national government so that they can give them more logistics. I think these are some of the problems that
they are lacking logistics. All right. Okay, so let's take the last question. If you were to grade the city at the moment, what would be your honest opinion about the city right now?
I want to be true to you. Nobody wants to see his or city look dirty. I mean, let's be fair with that. We have come too far since even the war 2006 up to this point. We're supposed to have a clean city now. Not to even talking about that issue. So I cannot even grade them to maybe it could be something out of 10%.
10% out of what, 100?
10% out of 100, seriously. Because we're still seeing that.
So you're saying that there are more work that needs to be done.
They need to do more work. More work needs to be done.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much for our camera. What is your name again?
Thank you. My name is Aloysius Tanese. I'm very into anyone, always.
Joseph, you heard this man?
Oh, yes.
He gave him 10 out of 100.
Huh?
He graded 10 out of 100.
Yeah. No, it is actually sad, when you have been speaking of things that the previous government was doing, and then come to power, you just can't implement what you have said to the people. You can't fulfill the promises you made to the people. It's sad. Actually, it's very sad. I don't know whether you are in the country during the campaign period, but if you saw the citizens, I got it. Look at the scenes that were in the water, the dirty water that Sunday.
I watched it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I watched it on Facebook. It was raining that day, and everybody said, no, people are not going to come out. And they came out in the rain, came walking all through the rain because they wanted something different. I don't blame them. They wanted something. They wanted a change from what was happening. They wanted to see something different. But the only thing, they chose the wrong person to make the change because this government has not shown that they have the experience to change the country for the better. I mean, they have experience in government, but the government has never worked for the Liberian people. So they just came back with these old ideas. I mean, Joseph Boca is 80 something years old. God bless him. But what are you gonna learn new from somebody that age? Not, they don't know the technology. I bet you Joseph Buckeye's grandchildren are the ones who run his cell phone. I don't you know how these young children know how to do everything on the phone. Joseph Buckeye probably doesn't know how to run his phone. He doesn't probably know how to run a laptop. He's not up on the things that are happening. And you need a leader who can go from ministry to ministry, who have that energy and sit down with their minister and say, what have you done today? Show me your report. I want to see the work you have done for the Liberian people. Because if you don't be behind people who you hire, they won't do the job. Joseph, I'm lying.
Mm-hmm. Sure, you're
No,
right.
no, no, no. Absolutely.
If you just tell people do the job and you don't check behind them, you think they will do the job?
Absolutely not.
No.
So you need a leader who's going to check behind the people he hires. He has to go to his minister and say, I want to see your report for the day.
Yeah, to make sure that they are executing the duty.
I've never
Or
seen
if you
one.
don't do that,
Yeah, I never seen one day Joseph Boca go to the mayor office and say, "What's going on with sanitation? What is happening with the street? What are you doing?" You don't see him doing that. Maybe he doesn't have the energy to
the
be
first
going.
thing they prevent them from reading newspaper. You don't
Oh,
listen to radio. Yeah, you don't listen to radio. How you gonna read newspaper?
but he can see. He can see. Doesn't he drive around? Or maybe he doesn't drive around anymore.
Yeah. So the thing is, about the thing is,
Actually, he pass the protest.
yeah, the thing is with the
He is
current
incapacitated.
the current city mayor John Siafa, when he started, in fact, prior to his appointment, he had this voluntary
Clean up.
cleanup campaign.
Yes.
Cleanup team. They were all around. It was something like an impression. And so when he was given the job from the beginning, I used to cover him at times. You see, he was that Facebook mayor. He wants to go every time he goes on or Lane Street. Then he's going live and what have you for people to see. Oh yeah, the mayor is working. But what has stopped that? You don't see the mayor again going live. You don't see anything from the mayor's page that he's here doing this one. And I have not seen, you know, um, equipment coming in that, oh, Mayor John Safa has secured this, or this amount of or quantity, number of trucks, sanitation materials to help, clean the city. At some point in time, before the Christmas, before the State of the Nation, um, there was this a machine, this truck that they brought. I don't know if it was from a charade that it would just be sweeping the street. It will be taking up that. But I saw that, but you don't see that truck again. Where did it come from? How did they manage to do it? We don't know. And but if you want to have a very clean city, you don't need a mayor that will sit in his office. Yeah, the city mayor job is not. I mean, a job where you just sit in the office every day and you say today Saturday then you go live. No, we don't see that. In red light, there we saw the mayor of Painesville City, Robert Bestman. He went to red light. I mean, it was something like laughable, right? Because you have people cleaning, then the mayor and it went there with his team, sat in the middle of red light on a canopy, had table, had his their drinks, they're sitting there, and then I mean that. Oh yeah, the mayor is here today. They're sweeping. You are you kidding me? You dress up, then you go sit in the middle, and you say that how you want to clean the city? You want to clean things? So we need people that will actually do the job, go out there, you know, lobby, and come back to the country, make the country better. They place the you where you've been appointed. Do more, do more. It's not a sure thing that you can't do it today. Then you sit down because since then I mean, there's nothing. The city is filthy, actually filthy.
Wow.
Mm.
Let's take some calls. Jefferson, you
Yeah.
can open the phone line.
Yes.
Let's hear from the Liberian people. Let's hear what they have to say. Let's hear, you know, what their thoughts are as far as the sanitation issue. If you want to talk about that, you want to talk about the need for change in the country. You want to talk about the Sarah Beslow Yanti story. Um, we also had another story too, where we can cover that later. The ombudsman.
Okay.
The ombudsman. We can talk about that after we take some calls.
All right, fellow Liberians, you're listening. You're in Radio Land. Those of you also following via social media platform, you can call 0777959 plus 231 Those are the numbers you can use to be a part, make your contribution on the show tonight. We've touched many things. We talked sanitation. We also talked the traffic management, where the ministry now has finally turned out of the processing over to the Libera traffic management. So the Ministry of Transport will no longer do registration for vehicle owners again. What do you make of these things? We've talked a lot. Let's go to the line and begin to take your calls. This very first person here. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name and where you call from?
I'm A. Mohammed T. Famula calling from Rawaso City, Grand Kimo County.
Welcome, Famula. Let's hear you.
Yeah, let me get add up to what says Catherine just said. Oh, let me go. Like, we just need to elect a very energetic and vigilant individual who will ministry and make sure that the bureau ministers are working. But now, Joseph Bossa, what is saying how to be moving to this bureau ministry? So now, like, we just need to use our own idea and make sure it's in this country. So that's what I want to say shortly to the Liberian people.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for the show.
Thank you. 0777959 0777959 plus 231 The program you're listening to is Lib Future TV here on Kia Radio 95.9. What do you make of the various talking points this evening? We've touched many things. We talked the Ministry of Transport. We also talk the sanitation as well in this country. What are your what have been so far your experiences? We talk about job creation as well. The government under scrutiny. What do you make of the Bwaka Kun administration? 3 years now in office. Do you think the government is proceeding? Do you see change under this government? What are your expectations as well? 0777959 0881670 plus 231 Those are the numbers you can use if you want to make a point on the show tonight as we go along with these discussions on the show. Okay, let me get this person. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, we can get you. Let me see this line 077795995908881871670. The WhatsApp line plus 231 Yeah, so let me see this person on this line. Welcome. Your name and where you call from?
Anthony speaking. I'm calling from Todi District.
Todi District. Let's hear you, Anthony.
Yeah. I enjoy it for the program tonight. The Ministry of Commerce are now working. All the things they say in the photo, everything is writing. Commerce Ministry are not checking on it.
What have been your experience so far?
I bought it two different. I've been buying from there. I bought from there two different. Everything is writing. The pitch, even the they pick up on they say everything is rotting. You will see it slammed.
Did you buy it from a cold storage or you bought it from where?
So it's I carry one I bought on the farm here. We try and carry it back then. They were 4 to 10 years.
You
And
can,
I just bought today.
do you mind calling the name of the cold storage? We could do our follow up on that.
The person when you do from interweb getting Canada,
Yeah.
the second in your left.
The second cold storage getting Kakatai, but you don't know the name.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's get this other person. Good evening. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah. Good evening. Hello, my son. How are you?
Yeah, we're
I
good.
call you from Rayland. I hope it. You know the word Mary City that day. They said they are refused to call people in Mary Brota. Mary Brota used to call people like Zulano. People used to come in.
Yeah.
So the city was clean, but they refuse.
Yeah,
they want everything to go on your chest.
CBE. Yeah.
Yeah, CBE. CBE, Zulano was here, and Global was here. So they need to share. Another people group table. Single, another pote, some pote, Duala, have everybody to share it. So the city was very clean. But now they refuse it because they want the money to get in their pocket. So they refuse to bring copy in it. And they bring copy in it, people start working. You see women that going, men that boss that going working, all I want. Poverty will not be too much in this country.
Wow.
But they want to put everything in their pocket. They want to bring copy in it.
Okay, thank you so much. 0777959 959. We're taking more calls, Liberians. It is time that you speak. We want to hear your views on these various talking points we've had. 0777959 959. Is it sanitation you want to talk about, or is it the traffic management? You, the taxi drivers as well, and those of you, the employees at the Ministry of Transport, with the various, the current situation, job has been taken from you now, given to the traffic management. What have you to say? Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the issue. I'm calling from this is
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this person, it went off just like that. Well, I hope you call back. 0777959 959 0777959. What is it that you want to talk about? The traffic, the Ministry of Transport, the Ministry of Commerce, and of course, the city. You want to talk about the ordinance of the city as well. Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, hello. How are you?
We're good. Your name and where you call from?
I'm Vanny Freeman calling from Broadville.
Freeman, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the show. One thing, let's be honest to the disco. I appreciate your conversation for this evening. But let us be comfortable and say the truth when it comes to what is affecting the nation. I will first of all address the traffic management. The traffic management issue, I think the government need to do something in that space. It's not all to take a particular task and give it to traffic management. But the issue there is that those people should be employed as well. But let's look at it one-on-one. Let's look at it one-on-one. The traffic issue been with transport ministry. What are we saying? You can't even see nothing. You go to parking station, you don't find terminals. There's nothing. And then you just sell ticket, people sell ticket and collect money, put it in their pocket. When you go to transport ministry, you don't even drive. When you're not driving, you never drove even motorbike or bicycle before. They give you lesson. Those things need to be restricted. We need to care like we are. Look around the road. How many kilometers you know from Douala to one place is in Port Bridge? These are our responsibility. They don't put nothing. Absolutely nothing is going on from that point. So if we get somebody that will put things in order, we'll get a special group that will be responsible for that. For me, I don't have issue with it. But the only thing, use those same people, get them into the circle, let them be part of the development, the developing of that particular system. Let them be there. You can't grab them because they are Liberian, they need to work. Then let's go to the Dutch issue. Let's go to the Dutch issue. This country needs to be clean, but we ourselves, we the Liberian, right?
Go ahead.
Can you imagine see people taking that and dropping it on the main road? You take that, get a Zogo take it there and go drop it on the road. When people finish sleeping, less than 5 minutes, you die all on the road. What are we doing? No, we travel to other countries and saw it. You don't drop even the plastic that you doing the water for on the road. But we, you and myself, we drop every little thing that will get us die today on the main road. What are we doing? Let us help to do things that will make the road better. We're not doing it. So we are only complaining all day.
So in this instance, in this case, who do you blame?
You know who I blame?
No.
The first thing there, they blame the other have to relax on one side. We blame the system. Two, this system we're talking about is not only about government. Okay. You and myself need to live in the system, in a life, in a life where we build a system around ourselves to clean our environment. Go in the community, be the place that government is responsible to clean. People will get in place, push it up. You're not doing nothing there. The whole place, push it everywhere, get it. Then you're talking about government. Government will go in your yard and clean up. Do in the yard there. Do in the bureau yard. Go so everyone there. I want for everyone in the bar be so personal. You see that flowing all over. You know what I'm saying? Before you knew that, you knew how the ground looking like. Who used to burn that die, put bury die.
Okay. Ask him about this. This is what. This is what Mr. Cummings said.
Okay.
Taking the dirt and carrying it on the main road to dump it there.
Let's listen.
Ask him this. This is what Mr. Cummings said. Implement a national neighborhood cleanup task force every other weekend and encourage every neighborhood to join the effort.
Are you country, two European countries? I saw people managing our area. Not managing your place. It will be clean.
Okay, thank you. But we wanted to ask you. So the question is, Madam Gibson is asking your question. So just listen. So you listen to the question.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what Mr. Cummings said in 2023. Implement
What's the question?
Just listen.
Implement a national neighborhood cleanup task force every other weekend and encourage every neighborhood to join the effort.
Good. Thank you very much. Yes. I saw a group of people, even in my area, there are people that every 1, 2, 3 days, they do cleaning up. But when they clean up, the minute they broom pass, we put it there. We put it there, we need to put ourselves together. That make our country to be the country that we love. We cannot treat our country like dump out and say it will be clean. It will not be clean.
But you also have the problem of when you clean the neighborhood, where do you put the trash?
Let me get you a scenario. During the time, we went to Holland, which is Netherlands now. We went to the trash can, the place all in the street, We took those trash can with some of those we say, go for drinking bucket. Some people took it away. Now, if you put drum on the street and you don't go in, ask anybody, all the drum is up on the street. You first go in. If you go in, like, take it from there, they carry it. Even the one they are people take it, they use it as dryer. You know what I'm saying? We got to change our mind attitude. If you don't change your mind attitude, like, bro, will never be better. The only thing that changing my attitude is when I go ahead, we blunder. I was one of the best for the bureau.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
We take more calls 0777 959 959 plus 231 777 959 959 0881 871 670 are the numbers you can use tonight. We are discussing a serious matter. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, let me take this WhatsApp call. Good evening. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, you're live. Your name and where you call from?
I am Princeton NC calling you from Maggie County.
Okay, welcome, Princeton.
Yes, I'm concerned about.
Hello? Prince, are you there? Prince, are you there? I think, well, I think his the network is calling on WhatsApp. 0777 will take a few more calls, go back. But let me get this person through.
Hello?
You live?
Yeah, hello, Chief. Yeah, you're speaking to Thomas?
Thomas, you call from where?
Yeah. Call from Santa Mahovia.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
because of the company, the garbage issue concerning the city.
Thomas, you want to change your location?
Yeah.
You shift a little bit. You come in distorted.
Yeah, are you getting me right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to say concerning the garbage and the other stuff. I think they are much better when the senior brother just said we need to do our personal best. We need to try our best, make things go right, because our country we have nowhere else to go. Because sometimes I leave over the night hour, like probably 9, 10, maybe up to 11 o'clock. Sometimes I'll be on the street. And I've seen the people are working more often all the time. But when you wake up in the morning, you will see the garbage to the sea area. People will bring the garbage to the road instead of finding somewhere to do, or maybe try to pay some tax and other things, and for people to come and carry tax they don't do the voice of the street. So it's just like you're doing something and you're going back to the same place. There's no benefit. Yeah. Nothing else. Everybody gonna get tired. In our country, we gotta stop ourselves. So this is why I have to say we have to stop that moral attitude and whatsoever. We need to improve the country situation and stop doing those things. Yeah. So that's why I needed to add there.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. A pleasure.
Okay. 777. Can we take more calls, Madam Gibson?
Yeah, let's take 3 more.
Okay, 777-959-959 077-959-959 plus 231-777-959-959. Those are the numbers you can use. What is it that you want to comment on? Is it sanitation or the traffic management, or what you want to talk about? Good evening, welcome.
Good evening.
You live. Your name and where you join from?
This is Moses. I join you from Puebla Road.
Puebla. Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, this country, they have to deal with the citizen are here. We complain every day that your country is growing power. But we ourselves can be the first. How can a human being control family to their house to be brave? They will stay there and go dummy on a mean street. Then, when you ready, you the same person will go and say the country is dirty. Then imagine other people, there's some people that can sell phones. You see them sometimes you finish selling a tell you who on there, you dump it in a drain or even on the street itself. So what I want for the government to put in place is let each community to God place where everybody will put his debt, and then government will go and collect it from there. And in fact, every community where in front of it, you see the debt on the street. The government find out who's surrounding around there. Then they are scared they will keep guard of people who can sell the debt on the road. If you start doing it, every community where in front of it, you see there on the street, you just find out who group around there, who surrounding horses or who community. Government should make sure they pay the fine for it. You see it. We ourselves will be watched out for that issue.
Can I ask you? You said where you live again?
I live Puebla.
Puebla. In your community, how do you collect your garbage and where do you dispose of it?
My brother, for where I live, we beyond the house, the people are renting it always be where we put it there. If the place fill, we cover it up.
Behind the house?
Yeah.
But do you think it's the right thing to do? You put the debt
No.
At
all, it is not correct.
So how do we get this sorted out? How do we fix this?
Since I've been here, I don't even know where government designated for people to go and put their debt so that they can collect it. I don't even know. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's take this call from our WhatsApp line. Welcome. Hello.
Hello.
You live. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Hello, you live. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I was saying, my name is Prince and calling from Maggie County.
Okay.
Okay. You know, I'm concerned about the sanitation and all of.
Yeah. Hello. You muted. I think he just muted his call, his own, but
Hello.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm live now, right?
Yes, go ahead.
So I'm concerned about the education sector, like personally, where our brothers and sisters, even today, our family members are attending right now. Some of them were crying. Our teachers don't enter in their class anymore. So these are some of the things the government had to work out. Because when they are not paying the government will cater to those children in classroom to teach them in classroom. So I think it is time to move around somebody like Alexander B. Kumi, who have good plan for this country, at least so we can be able to move out. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, Madam Gibson, it's over to you.
Yeah, so I think Liberians are fed up with the sanitation issue. I think I heard someone say he doesn't even know where to put the trash. So that's part of the problem because the government has to provide a place where you can dump your trash or come pick up the trash either every week or every other week. And yes, I heard someone say, "Oh, we have trash cans that people take." It's a problem. I agree, but again, if you have people like Alexander Cummings said, if people are making $300 or $400 a month, they will not take trash cans from the street anymore. They will either buy their own trash cans or probably they will buy their own trash cans. They will not take it from the street. So we do have to raise the civil servants' pay. We have to bring jobs in the country. As we said, Mr. Cummings said he's going to bring 600,000 jobs. He talked about jobs in travel sector. So he talked tourism. He talked about jobs in technology, coding, computers. He talked about jobs in export and import. So instead of foreign companies doing that, Liberians will be importing goods in the country and exporting goods in the country. And he talked about jobs in agriculture. So those are the 4 areas of jobs. He said he will bring 600,000 jobs to Liberia. So if people who have jobs, they're not going to be dumping trash all over the place and not going to be stealing the trash cans. So these are some of the problems that we have because of the system that we have. So I hope that Liberians, will think about changing the way they vote. They were changing the system and changing the way how this country can run moving forward. Because right now, nothing has changed in this country. Nothing has changed. Joseph?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Let's get it. Yeah, come again, please.
You want to close out?
Yeah. Uh, First of all, I would like to take this time to appreciate uh, Alexander B. Cummings for what he has started because I'm a big fan of it, and I really appreciate and welcome the move that he is making. It is a smart move. We have to continue this and make sure that we won't rest till he take power. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Joseph, for being with us. Thank you, Jefferson, for being our producer. And we thank the Liberian people for calling in and showing interest. And we want to continue this every day, Monday through Thursday. We'll be here 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. On Friday, we'll be here late. We'll be here 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. So join us every day. We're going to cover all the issues. Jefferson, can I play the outro now?
Yeah, certainly you can.
Okay.
I'm gone. Uh,
Take me back to Libera, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
Lib Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.